everybody, I want to welcome you back to Radio Arizona RV. Today is episode number 30, the big podcast number 30. Well, not really, 30 doesn't mean a thing, but it is number 30. So today's show is going to be about the do-it-yourselfer has to buy a part for his RV. Maybe the RV is broken, the water heater's down, or planning on some maintenance and wants to get the parts and accessories, beforehand, get them in advance, be prepared to do the job on the weekend or whatever it might be. So what are you going to do? You're going to shop local, you're going to go online to a regular online retailer or someone like Amazon or eBay. So that's what we're going to discuss today. But before we get into that, I'd like to remind everybody to check out radioarizonarv.com. Done a little facelift to it. Looks a little nicer, a little cleaner. Did some things on the backside for maintenance for me or us to upload podcasts and things like that make it a little bit quicker and easier. And also I want to remind you to check out ArizonaRVPartsCenter.com. That's our online store for RV parts and accessories. And that's always my referral website because I know how everything works on it and how we operate. So that will be my comparison in a lot of cases. So it's not necessarily to push it, although I do want you to shop there. But because I know it inside and out, it's easy to use as a nice comparison. So back to the RV repair job that you have. You're going to do something yourself. Let's say your water heater's broken, you need a new circuit board for it. And you're pretty sure the circuit board is bad. You're not 100%, but you're right in there, the upper 90s, maybe mid 90s, and you think you need to replace it. So you call around to the local RV store and maybe they have it in stock and it's $145. And you look online, you can get one for $130, maybe $125, depending on where it's at. And the shipping time would work where you would probably have it by Friday so you could work on the RV on Saturday. But if it doesn't get there Friday, you're not going to be able to do the job on Saturday and you'd really like to get it done. So what's the benefit of shopping locally or online with Amazon or another online merchant? Well, first off, locally, you can generally go to the RV store with the part you have and they can test it, in this case, a circuit board. Or depending on what it is, you can match it up. A lot of RV parts, it's best to match them up. So you walk into the store, they have the part, you go, this is what I have. They said, here you go, here's the new one. And you might be able to get it cheaper online, but you're there, it's a local business. Why not just buy it? The warranty's right there with them. If that part fails, you just go back the same day and say, hey, I just bought the circuit board from you, and it doesn't work. And they can test it and say, you're right, it doesn't work. And they can give you a new one if they have that kind of a policy. Electronics are a little bit different. But let's say it's a lock. You take the lock, you install it, it doesn't work. And you can see there's something wrong with it. So you take it back, they said, you're right, and they give you a new one, and you go back home and you replace that lock. So it's all done on the same day. It's like shopping at Home Depot. You buy a faucet at Home Depot, it doesn't work, you take it back and you continue on. Where if you buy that online, you're not going to finish it that day. You're going to have to wait probably until Monday, depending on the company, or maybe on the weekend you can get it started, but you're going to have to start that return process. And you probably won't have that lock by the next weekend either, because they're going to have to get the old one back, send you a new one. It takes time. And so buying locally can really make things a lot easier, especially if there's any kind of warranty issues. But now online, there are advantages, like the money you might be able to save. And if you can save the money and you're comfortable with the website, then make the purchase. But be aware of who you're buying from and the shipping time, the prices. Don't be fooled into thinking that Amazon or eBay always has the best prices. Quite often they don't. And quite often you get something from somebody else at a better price and get it sooner, or in the same amount of time, but at a better price. Like our website, Arizona RV Parts Center, we have thousands of items on there that ship from one of our suppliers' warehouses, and there's about 15 warehouses around the country. So almost anything anybody orders is going to get it within 2 to 3 days. And that's pretty good. Amazon is usually 2 to 3 days. I don't buy anything on Amazon and get ground shipping where I get it in 1 or 2 days. It's generally 2 to 3 days or longer. So that comparison, it's worth shopping around a little bit. You might find something on Amazon or eBay, but can you get it someplace else at a better price? And I'm all for supporting all the other websites. Amazon and eBay have their place. I do sell on them. I'm not a fan of them though. I don't feel they're good for the market, but I'm not going to get into that. They do have their place, but don't be fooled to thinking that they always have the best price, because they certainly don't. And I'm not saying every other website has the best price either, like mine. I don't know that all my prices are the best price. There's too many websites to compare it to, but I know we do sell a lot of product off our websites because of our prices, our shipping, and our customer service. And that's my next point. Customer service is going out the window. You can't really get it anymore. It's disappearing. And one thing I noticed, like with Amazon, because we sell on Amazon, I get emails almost every day with Amazon customers that have questions about something on Amazon. And the questions are never really that difficult to answer, but they're always questions having to do with Amazon's product details or the lack of. Their details are either wrong in many cases, or they're missing all the important information, the things that truly matter. And I know that because we sell items on Amazon, and we don't create our own listings. What we do is we piggyback on Amazon's listings, like what everybody does. When you see something on Amazon, it says, 18 other people are selling it at this price or less or more or whatever. That's because they're piggybacked onto that Amazon item, because that's just the easiest way to do it. And the only control that they have or I have is to change the price and the shipping, and that's it. We can't change product details, images, anything like that. And quite often, product pictures are wrong or misleading. Descriptions are wrong or misleading. They mix up numbers, and that's Amazon. And we kind of get stuck with it. All of a sudden, we get a sale, or someone buys something, and we get the order for it, and we realize, well, look at this. This isn't 1 for this price, it's 2 for this price. And that's because the Amazon description is wrong. And so we're stuck with that. And I'm not complaining. I'm just saying these are the things that take place on Amazon. And I'm sure the same thing on eBay, except eBay, most of that stuff is sold by sellers just like me, independent businesses who are selling on their marketplace. But when you go to a regular non-Amazon or non-eBay website, you can communicate directly with the company. You're not going through somebody. You're not waiting for a response. You're communicating directly with them. Like when I answer these questions from Amazon, the consumer is not even buying it from me. They're just using Amazon's tool to ask a question and hopefully get an answer that's accurate. And I always answer them very accurate. I don't mislead or try to send them to our website. I just answer the question. That's that. But the questions, like I said, some of them are just ridiculous because there's just not enough information on Amazon. But then I question the customer as well. Why didn't they just search on the manufacturer's website? If it's a Camco item or a Thetford item, why don't they just go to that website and get the answer? That's all they have to do. In fact, I double check anything I buy on Amazon to other websites to make sure that it is what I really want, that it's not a misrepresented part. Even if they take it back, it's still a hassle. You have to get your money back. You have to send the item back. So there's a process there. So I'm not trying to bash Amazon or eBay or any other website. I'm just bringing out these points about shopping online. If you're a do-it-yourselfer, you need something for the weekend, make it happen locally. That's your best bet. And then when you do shop online, shop with someone who you can call, that you can ask questions to. I mean, we get phone calls every day, all day, every day. People on our website looking for this, looking for that, power gear parts. We get a lot of power gear parts calls. We do a lot with power gear. But they call because they have questions that sometimes you can't really answer online. You think you have every detail there, and there's one little thing that they just came up with that, okay, that's fair. Or a measurement that you feel is not really necessary, or I don't think would be necessary, but the customer wants it. So they call us. And we don't mind that. Actually, we like doing that because we know that we're going to make sure they get the right part. And it actually gives us the opportunity to have an interchange with that customer to get to know what they're really looking for, so we can make sure they get the right product. And a lot of times They are looking at the wrong thing, like vent lids and escape hatches. They're getting ready to pull the trigger on a 22 by 22 Jensen, and that's not what they have. So we avert that sale and actually get them into the right product. And so there's no returns, there's no hassles, there's no disgruntled customers. Things aren't getting damaged in shipping that just need to get returned. So we avoid a lot of problems that way. And, myself, even though I own an RV store, I'm still a consumer. I have to go out and buy things. I buy clothing. I buy electronics, like the electronics I use for doing my podcast. I buy them online here in Yuma, where actually I'm in Welton, but we're next to Yuma. There's no place to go buy this kind of stuff. You can barely even get microphone cables in Yuma. And now that Radio Shack is closed, probably can't even get microphone cables in Yuma anymore. So these are things where I do buy online. And when I shop very carefully. I make sure that the part numbers are what I'm looking at, the descriptions are what I'm looking at. It's going to do everything I need to do. Like I have a Mackie mixer. So before I bought that, I went to Mackie's website and verified the mixer I wanted and compared it to what I ended up getting online. Make sure of it. And I don't want to have to settle for something. I don't want to get the wrong thing and have to return it. I want to get what I want the first time. So keep that in mind. These are all little things that sometimes become maybe overlooked, or we look at the internet as I'm just going to go to Amazon and get it the cheapest. That's the best price, and that's not always true. Or you're getting a quality product on Amazon versus another website where they're going to sell something that's a little better quality for the same price, or maybe just a little bit more. Do a little shopping. Don't just shop on Amazon. Don't just shop on eBay. Don't just do a Google search. Kind of mix it up. Check out at least 2 or 3 different sources for that product if you're not going to buy it locally. So these are, some pointers on that do-it-yourself thing on the weekend. And basically it really kind of ties into just shopping online. That's really the gist of this. I was kind of contemplating doing an episode on Amazon and eBay. But really, I think this covers it almost the same way without getting into the Amazon and eBay and the politics of that. So I always buy locally if I can, even if I pay a little bit more, because I know I can just return the product. If I can't buy locally, then I'm going to buy online, but I'm going to buy carefully. I'm going to make sure it's what I want. And sometimes you can buy something, as I said, on a regular mainstream website and get it the same price and the same shipping time as you can from Amazon. And if it takes a little longer to get it, a day or two, by maybe buying it from a traditional retailer, like if it's an electronic item and you're buying it from Sweetwater and it's going to take them 2 days longer for shipping, but the price is the same and there's free shipping, why not give it to them if you're not in a hurry? If you can wait 2 more days, why not? It certainly helps the economy in other ways. That money will go a lot further at Sweetwater than it will at Amazon or eBay. So those are just some pointers. Hopefully they help out. If you have any questions about it or any feedback, I'm always open to hear it, listen to it. So again, this is Eric Stark. This is episode number 30 at Radio Arizona RV. Check out our website, radioarizonarv.com, and continue to listen. And as I said, if you have any feedback or questions, please let me know. You can call me at 800-789-5588, Monday through Friday. Thank you.